Balki sir has not let us cheat one ball on the Ghoomer delivery either.
Wow.
So, matlab, if I'm doing the Ghoomer bowling a Yorker, he said, we will wait till she bowls a Yorker. I'm just like, we'll get grey hair. What are you doing? Yeah, it's really long overdue. Like, we need that ICC trophy now. It's really, really long overdue. And it's hurts, yaar. It hurts. The ones who've rejected me, I ऐसे photocopy करके उनको courier
like, I told you so in your face. And never show me your face now. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pop Wrap. This is very special. क्योंकि मैंने जर्सी पहना है, मैं इसके लिए बहुत रीजन ढूंढ रहा था जर्सी पहनने का. दूसरा, because we have Saiyami Kher. Claps.
Thank you.
First of all, oh sorry, we also have hello. Oh, by the way, we also have Filmfare Best Debut Male for 2020.
Of course, yes.
Thank you very much. We'll get to that कि मैंने ये क्यों बोला, but Saiyami, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, and I'm feeling terrible. I didn't wear my jersey.
If
I'd known, मैं पहन के आती यार.
मैं कल से अब लाइक मेरी जर्सी धो के ऐसे करके रख दो, मुझे ये पहननी है. बट Saiyami, congratulations on Ghoomer यार.
Thank you.
I'm a big cricket fan and I go and watch every cricket film and I swear I'm not lying, I was the happiest when I came out of this film.
Yeah.
It's such a heartwarming film and आप मतलब मैं तो तारीफें करता रहूँगा. पहले आप बताओ आपको how was your experience doing this sort of a role and this film?
Yeah, I feel this has been, whoever follows me on social media knows that yesterday AB also was saying that ये cricketer ज़्यादा है, actor कम है. So it's almost that thing of my obsession for the game has been there since I've been a child. We were chatting about 2003, 2007.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed about the game to the level of my sister saying I'll throw you out of the house if you speak cricket. So it was just a sport that I've loved so much, and ever since I started acting, there were a couple of female cricket films made, but those producers wanted somebody else. So I was knocking, trying to break those doors down, saying I want to do this film. But fortunately for me, this one has worked out, and Ghoomer worked out with Balki and AB and you, Angal and Shabana Masi. It was just the dream role I could have asked for, because hair makeup के लिए जो वक्त जाता है, used to go in running from the hotel to set. I used to run to set, so 4-5 kilometers run in my clothes with the full whites. Go there, foam roll. That was my hair makeup. So go and do my stretching, and then we used to play cricket, talk cricket, go back home, watch cricket. That's what it was. But it was just the most special experiences of my life.
You've professionally played cricket, right? तो उसके like पता है, आप किसी को क्रिकेट फिल्म में क्रिकेट खेलते हुए देखो ना, तो पता लग जाता है कि ये एक्टिंग के लिए क्रिकेट खेला है और ये क्रिकेटर था और इसने ये रोल किया है. तो दैट वाज वन थिंग जो मुझे मतलब आई वेंट विद अ फ्रेंड एंड आई वाज वाचिंग इट, आई एम लाइक, पहला सीन हुआ, दूसरा सीन हुआ, आपने जब शॉट्स लेने शुरू किया, आई एम लाइक, देखो ऐसे होता है. ये नहीं कि कैमरा चीट कर दो, आगे ले आओ और बैट हवा में घुमाते रहो और पीछे से बॉल की आवाज डाल दो.
नहीं, चीट मतलब चीटिंग के लिए चलो बैटिंग तो मैं कर ही लेती थी, पर मैं राइट हैंडर से लेफ्ट हैंडर बनी हूँ. और वो भी ठीक है, चलो लेफ्ट आर्म भी मैं बोल करके I'll pitch it and I'll turn it, but that Ghoomer delivery, Balki sir has not let us cheat one ball on the Ghoomer delivery either. So matlab, if I'm doing the Ghoomer bowling a Yorker, he said we will wait till she bowls a Yorker. I'm just like, we'll get grey hair. What are you doing? But for me, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot on this, unlike the last podcast.
This is not Cyrus.
On this one, we let the guest speak.
We let the guest speak.
But I never like watching myself on screen. Right. I'll just be like, oh, and cringe and stuff. This is the first film that I've watched and I said, that lofted cover, अच्छा लग रहा है यार. Like I was technically geeking out, and then that one slow-mo shot of the, like when the slower ball, when the wrist comes perfectly, I was just like, oh, I love Balki sir. For keeping all these geeky things which only cricket geeks will go crazy about.
Yes.
So it was just because he is obsessed about the game. If my obsession is this, I thought I'll never meet someone that obsessed, and Balki is this level.
Oh, he's matching
so his house has like lamps ke liye there's stumps and there's a lamp, then there's a full on his table there is the full field placements on his table, so his toilet paper rolls are kept in one stumps ka like thing, so it's
I can
that level
I can see how the
obsession.
short composition happened while having coffee in the morning.
like
So yeah.
but you are not originally a left-hander, right? You have to prepare, you had to prepare for this. How like मतलब एक तो आप फिल्म में भी प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो, आपने रियल लाइफ में भी प्रिपेयर किया होगा, वो like did it help in the film या like वो जो आपकी ट्रेनिंग थी वही आपकी ट्रेनिंग थी, आप अलग से भी ट्रेनिंग करते हो और फिल्म में भी जो दिखाया वो दिखाया?
नहीं, तो बेसिकली मैं एक फाड़ू करके शो में कर रही थी विद अश्विनी मैम, तो उसकी शूट चल रही थी एंड आई न्यू वी आर स्टार्टिंग घूमर ऑन AB's birthday 5th Feb, we are going to start घूमर. तो 6 months before we started I just started living my life with one hand. So left तो ठीक ही है, left hand से changing right to left in itself is a big challenge,
Right.
but I had to live my life with one hand. So when I used to brush my teeth, it was with one hand, with my left hand. It was trying to wash my hair, which is a lot. It took a lot of effort with one hand. Cooking breakfast and cutting onion. So I was doing
which
that
is all
for,
in the movie.
which is all in the movie, and shoelace tying and all these things. So it was almost like Balki asked me, what can you do, what can't you do? And the only thing which I was struggling to do is tie my hair properly with one hand, which is why we had Shabana Masi, my grandmom, do it in hospital, because it's very difficult to get it neat. You can do it, but you look like a mess. So I lived this for 6 months. So by the time he got on set, it was me. It was not about, ye try karte hain. It was what it was, that I was living with one hand and the left hand. Bowling के लिए obviously ज़्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ी, क्योंकि with Balki's obsession that you have to pitch it here, it has to turn in and get the leg stump. So I was just like, but I'm not Shane Warne, like it will take some time. And then when we were shooting also, she's like, rip it more. I was just like, कहाँ से और turn लेके आओ यार, मैं थोड़ी इंडिया के लिए खेल रही हूँ सच में. So the training for cricket used to be pretty hardcore, क्योंकि Fado, we were shooting nights and I used to go for an hour after a night shoot. And then like we trained quite a bit with my left arm, but I was super happy. I got to send Ravi Ashwin some videos saying that, I'm getting my Chinaman in with my left. And then Murli Karthik was also training me. So I used to keep sending him videos. So it was just me, my cricket geek in me, just really enjoying it.
I actually wanted to ask you, did you do this movie just so you could hang out with all the cricketers you wanted to meet? Because you put a video with Sachin a couple of days ago. And Bishan Singh Bedi is in the movie, spoiler alert. But was that also in the back of your head?
I think that was the back of Balkisa's head. Because I have been obsessed with this sport and I get starstruck only when I meet like sporting heroes. Not so much filmy people, because I feel, yes, we work very hard and stuff, but what sports people do is there are no retakes. You're doing everything and you have to do it right there. The blood, sweat and toil that goes in is at that moment. So I'm very starstruck by sports people. Sachin is यार.
मैंने आप स्क्रॉल करते हुए, सो आई फॉलो यू बहुत पहले से इंस्टाग्राम पे. एक
Stalker.
अरे फॉलो. Okay. I saw that post and I'm like, इसके बारे में बात आपने इतना लंबा एक कैप्शन में वो लिखा.
वो भी छोटा लगा. इतना सब कहना था.
Of course. How was it meeting?
Master. That's what I call him. I can't call him that. So I have obviously met him before because I have stalked myself into his life.
Right.
But every time I meet him, it takes me an hour and a half to say, I just keep looking. Like, it's embarrassing that after now 7 years, he came for my first film, Mirzya, as well. So for me, it was, I used to play sport. I was one with the boys in college and school. So when I said I'm going to be an actor, they were like, हाँ जा acting कर ले. देखते सचिन देखेगी, एक दिन सचिन देखेगा film, तू acting कर ले. So I was like, I'll do a film only for this now.
Right.
So it was just this hero worship of the man. My Lamba Instagram post has said it all with regards to what he means to me. So when he came, saw Ghoomer, loved it, and immediately, technically, he said, मला माहिती होतं ते रन आउट होणार आहे. He fully knew what was going to happen, and he fully got into so for me, like, there's Gulzar Saab and there is Master, there's Roger Federer, but I always need some excuse to speak to them and all, and just be like, so before we shot the climax, I actually messaged him saying I'd like to speak to you and all that, and I chatted with him before the climax for like a good 30-40 minutes. And he said, माझा जेव्हा हात गेलेला, then I was fielding here and then threw from, like, he's so passionate. When he saw the film, he loved it. Anjali loved it. And then I was put under the spotlight when he said, now show me the ball. I said, boss, like, भगवान के सामने कैसे खेल सकते हैं यार?
Exactly.
I was so, and this was at Balki's office behind, and I haven't bowled that left-hand Ghoomer for we wrapped 8th June last year. So it's not, I've not bowled that in a year.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh my god, अभी इज्जत गई, इतना सब कुछ दिखा के, ये सब करके, and thankfully I got that nice outside the off-stump Yorker. So I said, बच गए, भगवान का आशीर्वाद था बाजू में.
बट अच्छा एक बात बताओ, आपने वो शबाना मैम से रॉजर फेडरर वाला लाइन आपने जुड़वाया था?
नहीं, बाल्की और मैंने दोनों ने, बिकॉज हम दोनों बहुत बड़े फेडरर के फैंस हैं. सो it is one which we had to mention Federer somewhere.
Right.
And also, like, Balki makes fun of me saying that she said this line, but in life, I am that person because I just don't show emotion in life. Like, I will just be like this. So AB calls me Kher Saab, and Balki was just like, this girl is, something's wrong with her. Like, she will, Melbourne, we got a standing ovation, and AB was fully crying, like hugging and crying and all, and I was just like, so he said, what's wrong with you, man? But I am somebody who just holds it all in.
But how was shooting cricket scenes like?
Yeah, because I think this is one of the best portrayals of a cricket match we've seen on film.
Thank you. You were sitting up and watching us.
Yeah, I was.
ये तुम pretend काहे कर रहे हो?
Those were the practice sessions, the actual third act of the film.
Yes.
We forget we're in a movie theater. It's almost like you're watching a real game. The emotions are there.
Yeah.
And can I give away the ending? Spoiler alert. But
everyone has put it on Instagram and I've reposted it, so you can.
There is a pivotal moment where something needs to happen for India to win the game,
Yes.
and that happens. The background score goes silent and everything, right? And you could actually hear people clapping and cheering. And how was the process of shooting those scenes like?
Well, process, like I said, Mr. R. Balki is relentless. The process was as real as it gets. We got these county cricketers from across the world, a mix of South Africans, Australians, English girls. So we got a mix of them because even unke audition kiye the ki Balki wants to see technique and the county, he's saying, no, I'll pick whose technique I like the best. Us level ka audition tha. When these girls came in, we were on field and we had like this full group meeting where Balki said that she is a cricketer. And I'm just looking at him saying that you all will not get out. And then he said, you will bowl this and you have to get them out. I said, we are shooting a film. Are we going to, let's keep the match for another day. So he said, no, you have to play the game and you have to get them out. You have to hit her out of the park and smash her out and don't respect her at all. And ये sportsman का एक होता है कि if you whack them, then they'll get. Practice sessions में one of these there were a few boys bowling also, but one of these girls now, I was in good nick while practicing, so I hit her for 2-3 cover drives and she's played for India.
Yeah.
She took to it personally and bowled such a Yorker. I broke my toe. So this toe here was broken. It won't come in camera, but this one broke and this nail came out.
Oh shit!
And the next day is when we were going to do our training session in Pune when you were around.
Yeah.
So which is why I had to put, like I said, firstly these shoes are useless. No padding only. How do these guys play a Shoaib Akhtar? I don't understand. But I've gone through all this. But the shooting process was, we got the IPL broadcast team there to shoot.
Okay.
So we had 19 cameras. Which is why it looks as authentic
Exactly,
as it does.
So, yes.
We got 19 cameras in to shoot and we played the match. That's what it was, as simple as that.
And you were actually...
Yeah.
What has Tom Cruise done? Jumped from a building? They actually played the match.
Wow.
Yeah, nice. So we actually played the match. And then there was, of course, the climax he's talking about where... it was quite a surprise because it was thrown at me that I have to now bat with one hand as well.
You did not know?
No, I mean, I knew. He told me we'll cheat this one.
Okay.
Is what I was told when we were practicing. He's saying you focus on the bowling when we were practicing. So I had not spent I used to spend 5 minutes saying, middle of the bat should hit and all that. When we reached D.Y. Patil Stadium, it's not even like a Chembur ground which is small.
Yeah.
He said, okay, now Saiyami, you have to hit it and he should go for a 4 after lunch. So I was just like, but how? Then I went in and I kept like doing, and I was very lucky that in practice like some 8-9 4s I hit. So I said, okay, ye ho jayega. So
Nice.
Actual में shoot.
Yeah.
actual.
Nice.
Can I just clarify something though?
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
established that Balki is a very authentic director, but in the bartending scenes, the alcohol was fake. I just want to clarify.
Abbas just wants to talk about that. Okay, Abbas, how was your experience working?
the gall to talk about my 15-second scene when we have the lead of the movie
No, but
on
it
the
was
show.
such a sweet scene. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
such a sweet
Can
scene.
I just say till the day before the release of the film, I was convinced they're gonna cut my scene. I was like, एक scene है कहाँ थोड़ी होने वाला है. Okay, and that's why I wasn't telling anybody at work or whatever that I'm in the movie, because they were like, I was like afraid that the scene will get cut. And I think a day before the movie, they were promoting the 1+1 ticket offer, and the scene was built in to promote that. And suddenly I was on Amitabh Bachchan and Saiyami Kher's Instagram timeline.
So what happened was जब घूमर का ट्रेलर आया तो we were talking कि ओ घूमर का ट्रेलर आया, looks great, ये वो, and then he's like, हो सकता है इस फिल्म में मैं हूँ. हो सकता है मतलब घर अभी ज्यादा लोग को मत बताना, हो सकता है काट भी दे, बट शायद मैं हूँ. एंड देन व्हेन यू गाइस रिलीज द रील, देन ही सेंट दैट रील ऑन our IVM Pop group, and he's like, so guys, apparently I'm there. Finally.
But I have to say, I couldn't be objective about the film, even though I'm in it for 15 seconds, because it's not just I'm in the movie, it's like the people I hung out with for those 3 days. I'm like, oh, there's that guy, that guy. This is that area where we used to take the tea break, and they shot a little scene there. So I can only imagine for someone who put in so much blood, sweat and tears in it, how much of a labor of love it must have been for you. So yeah,
I feel I'm somebody who's very objective.
Okay.
And I completely disconnect from it. It's almost like I talk about it in third person when I'm seeing it. I'll be like, she's done such a bad job there. Like when I'll speak to someone, like if I'm speaking to Balki or someone, I'm totally disconnected once I finish shoot, because I feel we are asked during release and stuff, are you nervous, are you tense? Of course you're nervous, you're excited and all of that, but maximum nervousness, excitement happens when you're shooting for me, because that is in my control. Abhi release, kahan release hogi, kaisi hogi, kya wo mere haathon mein hai hi nahi. So it's almost that kind of objectivity that my job was done when we wrapped the film.
Right.
But I get super nostalgic. Like people I feel in interviews must be getting so bored and stuff, because you're just like, when we like school ki baatein hum jab karte hain, that nobody else knows what school and what friends, but that's what films do to you.
But
do you think, sorry to interrupt you, but do you think that's the sportsman in you, that with once the match is over, they leave it behind and look forward to the next one?
I think it is. I think it is, because my first film I was very attached to,
Right.
because it was my first. I didn't know how the brickbats are. I didn't know what the reactions are. And I was so close to it that it didn't hit me right away that it didn't work, but it took me quite some time to let go of that film, because it was so dear to me. Anina's character is as close as it gets to me in real life. It is me in all aspects. But I just feel that I kind of started becoming this person, because I feel whether it works, whether you score a double century or whether you score a duck, the game's over. So now that the game's over, you have to go back to your nets, practice and wait for your next match.
Right.
So that's how it is for me in my films, is that the game's over. Now it's back to net practice, back to what's next, because you have to put your head down and just move on with the game.
As you were saying कि like कैसी कुछ बातें हैं जो आप स्कूल की तरह याद आती हैं about the shoot. इस particular shoot में आपके you've shot like thrice with Mr. Bachchan Jr. Yes, and so like are there any specific memory जो आपने movie देखी हो and then आपके side में वो बैठ के देख रहे हैं like, oh remember you were doing this and I was doing this while.
No, all the time, because with him, I've known him now for 4-5 years, so that bond is much stronger. He's somebody who how much time pass and masti happens.
I know from
set.
the 3 hours I spent with him on set.
No, but he's somebody who is just, I feel, he's 70 films old. He's been around for 23 years. He is Abhishek Bachchan. He is the first family of this industry. He's everything, right?
Yeah.
But in spite of that, he is so vulnerable and he is so innocent, which you don't see in people. Get hardened, they get a little bitter. There's so much innocence in him and so much vulnerability. Like we were watching, we had gone for the Delhi screening and Jaya ji was watching the film for the first time. So we were all in the same row. Abhi film agar yahan chal rahi hai, AB is watching the film like this. The film's going on, but he's waiting on Jaya ji's reactions because it means so much to him. It means so much. Everything means so much to him, and he is. I think in Ghoomer, for me, there was Pa, there was Yuva, there is Guru, and then there's Ghoomer, where I feel it was very difficult because to play an alcoholic, you can go fully off. And he's playing it for the full film. I think his pitch was perfect, and I really liked him in the film. And he's just been like this. He doesn't show it. He shows that I'm full fun and, bluff master and rap, all that. But inside, he is just the most mature person I've met, most sorted human being I know, and I've learned so much from him because he's seen ups, downs more than anyone else.
Yes.
And he's just stayed so solid that he's been somebody who's taught me a lot.
उनका जो एक मोनोलॉग आता है बीच पे जिसपे वो टेबल पे बैठ के मोनोलॉग देते हैं, जैसे ही ended that monologue, the entire theater burst into claps. Everybody was clapping, and the final shot where you hit it for 4, everybody started whistling.
That's right.
I'm like, मतलब happy ending ये वो, and everybody was like कि वो जैसे हम लोग match जीत गए. Also, I loved the figurative चाटा that it was. To that shot was पूरे film का frustration in one shot. I loved that. I think like a bunch of people missed it also, that वो एक चांटे की तरह था, and उस पे अभिषेक का जो वो expression भी आता है बड़ा प्यारा सा कि वो he's smiling like हाँ पड़ गया और वो जीत गया, and then he just walks out. I तो fully loved the climax इसका. Anyway, guys, अगर आप लोग ने अभी तक नहीं देखी है, पहले तो क्या कर रहे हो मतलब क्या है, be responsible guys. तो do go and watch it in the theaters and drop in, क्या कहते हैं से, comments में drop करो. Comments में drop करो.
You forgot what
यार
comments
मेरा
are
इंग्लिश
called.
खराब है रे, मैं क्या करूँ. तो like comments में drop करो, बताओ कैसी लगी, and send us all your love. Now I want to talk about cricket थोड़ा सा. ठीक है, अभी आ रहा है
अभी तक की बातचीत was cricket only,
क्रिकेट
because
ओनली,
Ghoomer
बट
was
ऐसा
cricket.
घूमर के अम्ब्रेला के नीचे.
Right.
बट अभी आ रहा है वर्ल्ड कप, ठीक है. आई रियली और एक तो आई हैव हर्ड योर पॉडकास्ट आल्सो.
Oh, which
और
podcast?
आपने उसके लिए किया था ना, क्रिकबज़ के लिए बीच में यू
हाँ,
डिड
क्रिकबज़ के लिए.
या
Correct,
सो आई हर्ड दैट आल्सो. सो कब मिलेगा नंबर 4 यार. लाइक जो हमारा, मैं भी स्कूल में क्रिकेट खेलता था, लाइक प्ले टिल कॉलेज एंड एवरीथिंग. और तो हमारा एक क्रिकेट, हम जो साथ में टीम में खेलते थे, हमारा एक ग्रुप बना हुआ है. हर हफ्ते, हर फ्राइडे वी आर लाइक, शायद नंबर 4 पे ये खेल सकता है, शायद नंबर 4 पे वो खेल सकता है, ये इंडिया यार सेमीफाइनल तक तो आ जाएगा, फिर कोई लेफ्ट आर्म पेसर आ गया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाए. हाउ लाइक आप जैसे आपने बताया 2003, 2007, 11, like how are you looking forward to 2023 and what do you think?
Yeah, it's really long overdue. Like we need that ICC trophy now. It's really, really long overdue, and it's hurts, yaar. It hurts because we go so close. We've got the finest players and the best team. We've got everything going our way, and then like what happened in 19 or what has been happening, it just feels like even right now Asia Cup कल announcement हुआ है. See, this time to we are riddled with solid amount of injury, right? Because Shreyas is gone. He's coming back for Asia Cup, but Rahul was not fully fit. Bumrah has just come back. So I'm like, boss, उसका वो shoulder and back और सब pressure करके रखो. Please, उसके सब ऐसे बचा के रखो, because we can't do without him. यार.
आयरलैंड के साथ बुमराह is playing as a captain, and आयरलैंड के एक प्लेयर ने ड्राइव मारा, बॉल वहां जा रहा है, उधर से बुमराह भाग रहा है, उधर से दूसरा एक प्लेयर भाग रहा है. and I was like, please don't collide, please mat karna. And luckily Bumrah jumped and वो side हो गया. I was like, है हमारे पास bowler अभी तक.
Because the injury list has been ridiculous, and I feel even with, unfortunately, with what happened to Rishabh, he's somebody who had just brought that extra X factor into our team with what he did in Australia and 2 years ago. So I feel that just so many injuries right now. I feel that यार 11 लोग पहले तो आप लेके आओ, and then we have to, that combination. Usually, you know, I remember as a child when we were talking about 7, even 2007, very controversial because of our coach, Saab. But it was always about leading up to the cup, you know, trying to find the perfect 11 leading up. यहाँ पर तो लग रहा है leading up कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. Next month तो cup है, पर the lead up has not, it's not happened because of the injuries. So, I have the confidence. I have all the confidence. But this England is feeling a little...
England. And I am skeptical about Australia also for some reason.
But I just feel Australia... I don't think this...
ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मुझे थोड़ा प्लस पॉइंट इसलिए लगता है बिकॉज वो इंडियन सॉइल पे इतना खेल लेते हैं ना यार वो लोग. तो हमारे पास एक स्पिन का बहुत मेजर एडवांटेज रहता था एक टाइम पे. और अब आईपीएल के मतलब नॉट बैशिंग आईपीएल एट ऑल, बट आईपीएल के चक्कर में वो स्पिन एडवांटेज एटलीस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलियंस के साथ तो हमारा
नहीं. स्पिन एडवांटेज एंड द pitches are like flat like a highway, man. There's nothing in it for this bowlers. Nothing in it at all. So I was we went to MCG right now when we had gone for Ghoomer ka ye. So I was chatting with, there's somebody who did like a whole tour of MCG with us, and this man who really is a sweet old man who was taking us around. Said, how long have you been working here? So he said it's been 38 years. So he's been at MCG, the guy who's been there for 38 years. I said, why are you all making such flat pitches? So he said, you know, this is what cricket's come to, and he started doing the whole complaining of where it's all become so batter friendly. But you need something in it for the bowler. Yaar, a little bit of some movement. You need some spin assist. You need something, yaar.
Which is addressed in the movie also when Mr. Bachchan comes on commentary. There are 2-3 times where he says batsmen can get away with fairly easier things.
That is Balki's thing of that.
वो उनका rant वो commentary में.
And how can you give authenticity to your rant? Make Mr. Bachchan say.
Mr. Bachchan say it. Add that base
to your. Because it just like. One is the World Cup's coming, but even Test cricket, like Balki and I used to keep sitting and watching every ball, like every ball of the Ashes we have watched. I was supposed to go and watch the final game. Unfortunately, they preponed our release or whatever happened with our release, so I couldn't go. But like cricket's become exciting because of Ben Stokes. Because of what I met McCullum the other day, 2 days ago.
The baseball.
The baseball. He was very unhappy that it's termed baseball. I never asked people to say baseball, but they've just made cricket so exciting because they're going for wins. You know how Steve Waugh changed at one point where he said that we will play at a certain run rate to change Test cricket. So I feel, I really hope we see more Test cricket.
I swear. But आपने मतलब पता नहीं आप तो क्यों ही करोगे. मैं ये बोलने वाला था आपने रजिस्टर कर लिया है टिकट्स के लिए.
Do you get free tickets considering you've done a cricket movie?
But yeah, I've like I and my friends we've made like a chart कि ये वाले दिन पे ये वाला मैच है, ये वाला मैच है, इसके लिए यहाँ रजिस्टर करना है. But we're all very excited for the World Cup.
This year I'm not going to. I mean, in 2011 I went to Nagpur, I went to Ahmedabad, I went to Chennai. Of course, I watched the finals. Mohali, I couldn't. I said I won't be able to survive the India Park match. So I said I can't do it. So I didn't watch Mohali. I watched pretty much every other game. So like the Australia, the South Africa, every other game I watched. This year, I mean, I want to be in the ground, but like I'm probably with Crickbuzz again. So it's so much fun to just be with these heroes I've grown up with, like Harsha talking about, you know, it's just so much fun to just sit there and like listen to them.
I can just hear Harsha talk about anything. Like just keep talking to me.
He did a review of Ghoomer. And that also, like AB and I watching it together, and he was just like, man, he doesn't say like
exactly.
He's just in this flow. He's just so eloquent, and he's something else. He's brought emotion to the sport. So there is Sachin straight drive, which there's nothing better than it. But then there's Harsha Bhole describing Sachin straight drive, which brings that emotion.
Oh wow, now I imagine it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful in my mind. नहीं, we are fully trying कि मैं तो उस दिन पापा को फोन किया, मैं कहा अहमदाबाद में जानते हो कि किसी को,
पर वो तो डेट ही फिक्स नहीं हुई अभी.
हो गया ना 14,
पर वो अभी बदलनी नहीं चाहिए.
I hope कि पापा को तो मैंने बोल दिया, मैं कहा देखो मोदी जी के अलावा अगर किसी को जानते हो आप गुजरात में, तो लाइक मेरे को 2 मैचेस के टिकट चाहिए. एंड इट इज वेरी कैजुअल, इज लाइक कौन से, हम लाइक एक इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान और एक वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल. एंड देन माय डैड आल्सो लाइक हाँ हो जाएगा. हम लाइक ए पापा सुनो देखो ये दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा मैच है, इतना कॉन्फिडेंस से मत बोलो अपने बेटे को.
लीव एप्लीकेशन भी दे दी उन्होंने.
I had booked tickets for this Dharamshala test. Full flight tickets, hotel tickets, match tickets, and then they changed the venue to I forgot where. I was so upset क्योंकि धर्मशाला जाके to watch it, the ball would have moved around and then they changed it.
धर्मशाला इस बारी न्यूजीलैंड वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया हो रहा है. It's on my list.
Yeah.
I'm going, मतलब like मैं बोल तो बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस में रहा हूँ.
वही मैं पूछ रहा था, have you given leave application at work?
मैं बीमार पड़ने वाला हूँ उस दिन. Just saying.
हाँ कोई नहीं है यहाँ पे, just the three of us.
Like बस सिर्फ हमारे जो लिसनर्स हैं वही सुन रहे हैं इस चीज को. But yeah, also Savi, चलो coming towards the closing of the.
Can I ask my stupid questions?
अरे रुक जा रे, मेरे को ऐसा फ्यूचर प्रोजेक्ट तो don't bother even like answering these questions, but like still.
Okay, but one question. What do you think, Rohit? This World Cup, what's happening?
यार I am really, as you said, हम लोग ना इस चीज को लेके ऑब्जेक्टिव हो नहीं पाते. मतलब
Wait, I need background on this. What's the question?
रोहित शर्मा जीत
I think he's going to have a great cup.
Okay.
Yes,
he's going to have a great World
Rohit Sharma is going to have a great cup because I'm also thinking speculations तो यही है that this might be his last. So I'm like कि वो जी जान लगा. Also 2019 5
That's
centuries.
what I'm saying is I'm saying that keeping that in mind, I think he's going to have a
and
solid
I
World
think
Cup.
Kohli also.
Because they both they know this could
could very well
be
be
the
like
make or break. Yeah.
So I am fully hoping for at least these 3 people, Rohit, Kohli, Shami. Do you think Shami will make the 11?
He will make the 11. But it also depends on what the ball, if the ball moves around.
Second, I'll take like a minute or so. मैंने अपने 11 बनाया. ठीक है.
कौन नंबर 4 कौन है?
मैं आपको बता दूं.
वो सब छोड़ दो. आप सीधा कैमरा पर देख लीजिए और सिलेक्टर्स को बोल दो that ये
इसका रील बनेगा.
मैंने अपने 11 बनाया. So if Rohit Sharma you stumble upon this podcast, ठीक है. So my 11 are Gill Rohit open. Kohli 1 down. Iyer if he gets fit / KL if he gets fit.
And if they both
then I think they will
Surya.
go for Surya to will be there, but I think he'll be after Hardik. I don't know. Tilak Verma is
I love Tilak Verma.
Yeah, उसका एकदम ही जो डेब्यू उसने किल कर दिया है. तो I'm thinking if both of them are not fit, then it's Tilak. Then we go to Hardik. Then we go to Sky, Jaddu, Shami, Bumrah, Siraj / Chahal and Kuldeep.
Dravid made a comment, or Rohit made a comment on the doors are not shut on Ashwin. That comment.
My next message is I'll miss Ashwin. Rest is fine.
Because he is just too brilliant a mind.
I
don't know I don't know how the team fits them, but he is just too. I mean, he is the best spinner in the world, and he doesn't get into the playing 11. I love Yuzi. Again, very intelligent, very. But I'd like to see if Ashwin makes it also.
I would really want him to be in the 16 because the experience he brings.
Yeah.
It's literally the biggest stage. तो कितना भी experience कभी भी खराब नहीं होगा टीम के लिए. तो
and I'm a big Ravindra Jadeja fan. So he is Sir Ravindra Jadeja does what nobody else can do.
वो बाउंड्री से थ्रो मारेगा विकेट पे सीधा. वही कर सकता है और कोई नहीं कर सकता.
चलिए ये तो मैं एक दिन के लिए बोल सकती हूँ. तो that's to stop on my.
But yeah, so like before his awkward questions start, I just want to know like any, जैसे आपने अभी वो fire fighters वाले प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में बता रहे थे. Please tell us more about that now.
So that is, I'm done with it. Maybe 2-3 days of work, but it's an ensemble film where I'm playing a firefighter. तो again बहुत कुछ करने को मिला. Take people on your shoulder, walk up ladders, ये वो किया. And I don't know if it's made it to the film. I'm fearing what you feared.
आपको भी release reel में दिखेगा आपको भी.
So that should be out, I don't know, soon, end of the year maybe. I'm starting something with Neeraj Pandey next month. So that should hopefully, that will collide with the World Cup, but still we have to काम भी करना है. World Cup देखेंगे shoot करते वक्त. And I'm hoping to do one Marathi film which has been supposed to be happening for 2 years, but we've just not found the correct time. So hopefully that end of the year.
Wow. Nice. I'm too super excited.
Nice. Before my awkward questions, I also want to ask, so in Ghoomer, your father is played by Shivendra Dungarpur,
Yes.
who's a renowned film archivist. He's not known for making many on-screen
This
appearances.
is his first, this is his debut along
This is
with
also
you.
his debut?
Yes.
How was it working with him? What did you guys talk
As
about?
Shivi sir is so sweet because he's got so many stories because he's been archiving films, he's been working with Bachchan Saab, with Gulzar Saab,
Right.
with just so many people. And I might be 30 but I'm 80 actually. So my friends are only like Gulzar Saab and older. So I had so much to chat with him because of our equation with Gulzar Saab, and he's just the sweetest guy with so many stories. There was him, and then there was Shabana Masi
Yeah, of
also,
course.
because working with her, she's seen me since I was born.
Yeah.
And then there is Shabana Azmi, who's like, you feel so scared to be in front of just this actor who's just been so brilliant with everything. She's an institution in herself. And Balki being Balki gave me the toughest scene on the first day with her where I lose the arm in hospital.
Okay.
And AB
that
was
was
just
the
like,
first scene
first scene with Shabana Masi.
अच्छा हाँ.
So AB was just like, you're torturous, you're very mean to this girl and all. And I was so nervous, but she's just so wonderful to work with. And ये हम सब एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं, वहाँ से वो एक आंसू आएगा, सबको खा देती है शबाना मासी, because that's the skill that she has. यार.
Amazing.
I've seen her perform live in Prithvi.
Cafe or Mein. Beautiful play. And that story in itself, because it's Dadima and Abba's story and Javed uncle, and she used to do it.
Yes. What a
great
beautiful
show.
play.
Yeah, I've also seen that. Okay, so I mean, now I have some very stupid questions.
Awkward, stupid question.
You don't need to answer them seriously. You can totally make up the answers. But I would like to know if our answers are true. So in the movie, Anina goes to Paddy's house and she's not able to open the door, okay, because the key is under a very heavy gamla. So she breaks the door, okay. Then there's a intense montage sequence and it ends with Anina finally having the strength to move the gamla, take the key out and open the door. My question is, all this while Anina was coming to the house, was she breaking the door every single day?
So the first time she came in, she broke the door, and I actually hurt that one shoulder that I had. But then later, because this is the first time she went, later she found a back door.
Oh, there you go. This is not in the deleted scenes. This you will find here.
अगर आप भी wonder कर रहे थे कि वो कैसे जा रही है अंदर, तो वो ऐसे जा रही थी.
Back door से.
Okay, second question. Mr. Bachchan is in the movie, as you mentioned, as a commentator, and he's playing Mr. Bachchan, right?
Yes.
Guest commentator. Do you think he saw Paddy and I was like, oh no, I have a son who looks exactly like you. I'm so glad that he didn't become a drunkard.
No, he saw Paddy and he said, oh no, that looks like Balki, my director from Pa. Because the look, that's what AB keeps saying, is that the look that Balki is given Padam Singh Sodhi is exactly Balki. So I think he must have,
now that you mention
it. It's exactly him. So no, rubbish. But it is exactly him. So,
okay, and the third question, and this is more of a direct question, the Tatti scene, the Gobar scene, was it real Gobar in the scene?
No, it was firstly a surprise.
Okay.
So there were a lot of surprises thrown at me because that wasn't this thing, and then he was just like, okay, we have to that scene and also that torch scene where he says pitch it here. I was just like, what are you expecting? And then Balki and AB was like, Balki, please stop it, and please stop it and all. But it was, some portions were real Tatti of real Gobar, and there was just the ones near the off stump were, I think, made by the art department, just two patches. But like I had to pitch it in that space, and I have no idea.
Actually pitch कर रहे थे उस space में.
क्योंकि they are all one shots. They all one shots.
दे ही दो Indian team का selection.
And that torch ka thing also, it was he was going on moving, doing all this because it was our Balki fully geeking out on this cricket film.
Totally, yeah. Okay, I'm done with my awkward
मुझे
question.
बच्चन साहब से एक सवाल आया, आपको अभी रिसेंटली बच्चन साहब का लेटर ऑफ अप्रिसिएशन भी मिला है. How was that like when you received that letter and the ever precious bouquet of बच्चन साहब? How was, कैसे पढ़ के कैसा लगा आपको? अच्छा सा.
See, जैसे पहले मैं कह रही थी, is that Abhishek was going on saying, Kher Saab, you don't show emotion, and then Gauri and Balki also were like, this girl doesn't, like, they used to all be excited, who said what, tell us, and I should be like, yeah, they said it's nice, and she's like, will you tell us more, will you be expressive in life, please? So I was just like, arey, they are saying about, you see my message and all. So I was that person, and I was fully in control, like fully in control. 18th the film released, 18th was Gulzar Saab's birthday, I went and met him to get his Ashirwad, and he saw the film, loved it. So I was over the moon, because Gulzar Saab usually is very honest, saying, kya bana diya and all with me. So I was over the moon. In the night, long day of promotions, I was at home, and the doorbell rang, and I was not expecting it at all. Like, it's not even at the back of my mind that this is going to happen. Thankfully, there was no one home. I saw it, and I just couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop crying because it's personal. It's very personal with when you have done. You've been around for 7 years, when you've been told you're no good, you can't act, and you've been rejected all the time by so many casting people saying a whole lot of things. Finally, जब बच्चन साहब आपको approval देते हैं कि आप अच्छी actor हो, so I'm just like
the ultimate approval.
Ultimate approval, where the ones who've rejected me, I ऐसे photocopy करके उनको courier करेंगे.
Like, I told you so in your face, and never show me your face now. But touchwood, and
and then the next day Master saw it. After that, and the next day Master saw the film. So it was Gulzar Saab, Bachchan Saab, and the Master.
And all एक दिन
तो
एक
बस
के
अब
बाद
फेडरर
एक
बचा है.
बस फेडरर बचा है.
फेडरर को के मैनेजर को मैंने भेजा है, पर उनको स्टॉक कर.
सबटाइटल्स के साथ देख लेना please. You also went to Wimbledon, right, to watch?
I saved up and a lot of money because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
I went in 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, 3 years.
But you met him?
I've met him. I said, I stalked myself in the life. I've met him at Wimbledon at the player lounge. He was sitting around, so I was just lucky to meet him. I've met him. The first time I saw him, I didn't meet him, was I was shooting in New York, and he passed by, and he was at the elevator waiting, and I looked, and I was like all dressed up well and things, and I just started crying. Like, I just couldn't deal with it, so I couldn't even say hello. Then I met him in Delhi for that IPTL ke waqt I'd gone for the match.
I couldn't afford the tickets at that time. Like,
no, I have saved every penny. Every penny I save. I've spent $1.5 lakh on the World Cup ticket. Wimbledon ka पूछो मत, बहुत महंगा है. But I will save this because this is what gives me immense joy.
Absolutely.
Cool. Touchwood, and cheers to many more such achievements, letters and awards,
and hopefully a World Cup win.
And hopefully a World Cup film कह रहा हूँ, sorry, World Cup win. Rohit, please. So thank you so much, Abhi, for doing this. Thank you, Abbas, for doing this.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Do watch the film if you haven't watched it yet. Again, what are you doing? Go to the theaters, do watch it, drop in a review, comment, praises, whatnot. Follow, you obviously follow her, she's like 1 million followers.
Yes. मेरे इतने नहीं है. I am also on one of the posts on Saiyami's Instagram, but you can follow me as well.
You take that to a grave, right?
Absolutely, why not?
I think Bachchan Saab also has posted
Yes.
it. So forget Saiyami, yaar. Bachchan Saab posted it.
The revelation.
You didn't know it.
Abhishek's father?
Nahin, yes, like the Amitabh Bachchan.
I'm on his... I think I'm done. I'm quitting podcasting. You go to your World Cup, I'm going to the next audition. Don't follow me, fuck it. I'm done. You can wrap up the show.
I am on at the Rich Dale. I am not on anyone's Instagram. You can follow me. Hopefully I'll be there. Thank you, Sally, again.
Thank you, guys.
See you next week, guys. Bye-bye. Oh, this is my camera. Bye-bye. Sorry.